so we saw how that turned out. Both saws seem like they perform pretty similar. The Makita has a little bit of a higher chain speed based off of the sound of the motor, and the Milwaukee has a little bit of a lower chain speed. Both the saws have tons of power. I pushed the bars pretty hard into the wood, and it sounded like I could just about start to bog the Makita. And you saw with the multiple cuts on the Milwaukee, I pushed as hard as I could using kind of primarily the one hand, like the saw is meant to be used. And I couldn't get the saw or the chain to noticeably bog down. So I'm going to call that adequate power. If I can't bog the chain, then it definitely has enough for what we're trying to do here. If we look back at the past chainsaw test video that I had done, we saw that the Makita pretty much performs on par with the M18 rear handle 16-inch chainsaw. So kind of interpolating between those results, it seems like the top handle saw more or less has the same power as the rear handle saw, which is really impressive if we're going to one-hand this up in a tree to have that full power of the rear handle saw. So that's pretty exciting. The one thing that was different and noticeable, and it could be potentially just because I'm used to using the Makita saw more frequently, when disengaging the safety, to bring your hand down automatically takes the safety off and it's ready to go. Whereas the Milwaukee, if you pick it up, the safety is disengaged and you have to reach back and take the safety off. It's a little bit of a different motion, and it could potentially just be because of my familiarity with the Makita saw. In the next video, we're going to run an endurance test with the Milwaukee saw. Based off of its performance, I think I'm going to have to run the 3.0 battery, otherwise it's just going to take forever to drain a 6.0 or an 8.0 or a 12.0 battery. The saw seems to be overly powerful. It cuts through wood like it's almost not even there. And really just for the sake of doing the test in a reasonable amount of time, we're going to run the 3.0 battery, and then we'll kind of extrapolate from there and see how a 6.0 or a 12.0 might perform. If the endurance test is something that you think is interesting and would like to see, consider subscribing, and you'll be the first to see that come out.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it might come down pretty close to where you're standing.
Okay, I'll watch.
Right, got what I wanted. Good luck with the rest.